A lot of women need to be honest with themselves when it comes to dating. Your dating pool is based on your pedigree and your environment. I saw a video today of this woman who ended up blocking me and said she was done dating black men because they did not have the money to treat her how she wanted to be treated on dates. And I'm just looking at this woman, I'm like, do you have the education? Do you have the pedigree? Are you in the right rooms? Do you go to galas? What hobbies do you have? And if I'm being real, the type of men that she's describing is literally her dating pool. Your dating pool is directly influenced by your environment and your pedigree, period. For example, I went to Howard Law School and I live in Washington, D.C. I have proximity, and my dating pool are black men who are lawyers, doctors, dentists, businessmen, period. And that is one, because of my education, having a professional degree, being an attorney, and going to a school like Howard Law immediately places me in a dating pool of higher caliber black men. Two, my hobbies. I play violin, I do pageants, like I'm in rooms with people in politics, all of that. So when you're bashing the men who are literally your direct equal, it doesn't really make any sense. And what you need to be doing is being in the right environment and boosting your pedigree. Otherwise, you're just turning down the men that are in your dating pool and you're going to be single forever, which honestly is fine in the year of 2026. That's just my 2 cents on this dating discourse, and I think a lot of women need to be honest with themselves.
So, I just watched a video where a young lady was talking about dating. And the video rubbed me the wrong way. It pissed me off a little bit because one of the things that was mentioned was that she believed that because, she went to law school and all of these type of things, that she could attract a high caliber man. And I don't equate someone's educational background with them being high caliber. What I equate as being a high caliber man is a man that is intelligent, that is ambitious, and you do not have to necessarily go to college to be ambitious. You can have someone who did not go to college, but they own multi-million-dollar companies. They might be into real estate, or they might be a journeyman plumber, or have a skilled trade where they're making a whole bunch of money, because I know plumbers, electricians, they get paid and they don't necessarily have any type of degree. But again, they can still be considered high caliber men. And I say that too because think about, for some of you it might be your great grandparents, but think about your grandparents back in the day. And sometimes, and really, some of you, your parents back in the day, the mom stayed at home, didn't work at all, and the dad was the one that kind of went out and had the job and that was ambitious. So are we saying that our moms were not high caliber women because they chose to be stay-at-home moms while the dad went out there and worked and earned the bacon, or whatever that saying was back in the day? I just think that her sentiment is ridiculous. I don't agree with it. I don't think that your income necessarily makes you a high caliber person. I think it's your character, and then having the nerve to say, these women who, might not necessarily have degrees and things like that, they get upset when they're attracting their equal. I don't know. I just don't. I wasn't impressed with the comment. Y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments here, but I don't know. I just don't agree with that. I don't equate somebody being a high caliber person with, oh, I got this and I got that. That's given, oh, I think I'm better than somebody because I went to college, or I have this PhD, or I have all these different type of degrees, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous because, like I said, you can have, a man that owns a multi-million-dollar company, or you can have Like, for example, some athletes, you know, professional athletes didn't finish college, but people consider them to be high caliber because they got money. And it's like, you should not equate, you know, high caliber with what a person got, what a person has. If they are ambitious, hardworking, intelligent, well-read, then I consider them to be high caliber. And this is coming from a person that has multiple degrees. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think I'm better than nobody else. I don't think I'm, if me and the guy don't have the same common interests, then, we may not be a good fit. But I'm not gonna go around and say, oh, you're not high caliber enough for me because you didn't go to, you're not a doctor, you're not a lawyer, you're not this, you're not that. I'm not gonna say that. I think it's ridiculous to even say something like that. But again, y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments.